Next up on the healing bench, Panasonic multi-tool. Don't get too many of these in actually. There's an oddball one. Panasonic make actually quite good tools, but they wouldn't be very popular. Hard to find, quite expensive, and hard to get parts for. Whew, that's loud. What is going on there? There's a brushless machine, maybe a bearing. Same sort of setup as all of them. Now, this is a new one for me. I haven't actually been on one of these before. Nope, don't pull while you're attached. There we go. Decent enough we set up. Same sort of switch as the Bosch grinders. Switch is down here, just a lever activator. Normal for Panasonic. Separate battery retainer, controller of this side. Then your actual controller for your battery. Don't think that's separate, mind you. And your stator, so all this will be one piece. Imagine will be a changeable switch. And for most brands, the head's one piece as well. So where's the problem? Yeah, there's the problem. Bad bearing. Right, chance changing this bearing. See if we can cure this. I'm going by the parts breakdown in this thing. Switch isn't available. All this is one piece. Battery retainer then here. That's a separate piece. Head's one piece, rotor's one piece, and a body. There's actually not much to this one. Spare parts wise. Chance it. Take it all off in one go. One rotor. One assembly. Bearing untouched. What else we got? Washer, counterweight, and a 6000 bearing. So that's the one we need. One bearing. This is a 6000 fag bearing. Much better. I'm hoping this was going to actually cure the problem. Any better? Still loud, but there's no vibration. That's it. That's as much as we can do with it anyway. One Panasonic multi-tool EY45 A5 with a new 6000 bearing. Next up, another Panasonic. We get them very often. There's quite a few in today for some reason. Can you hear that noise? Everything's working. The chuck is making a really grumbling sort of sound. That's a very simple one. The actual steel bush and the spindle have worn out a wee bit. A wee bit of play now. Not really worth changing in my opinion. To change the whole gearbox, it's going to be too expensive and it's going to take too long to actually get them parts. To quieten it down, if you just want to keep on using it, that's some slippy stuff. That's it. That's as much as you can really do. Or really what you want to do. At the end of the day, that steel bush is worn out because of the amount of work it's done. Don't want to go spending a fortune on something that's already done quite a bit of work. I'm doing a badge on this anyway. It's clearly been worked, so you don't want to spend a fortune of money on it. So she's oiling. And she's unpacked. She's going from forward to reverse, and the motor's running. Speed control's working, lights working. It's only that wee sound that the problem is. Stick a bit of oil on it, that'll have to do. Next up again, another Panasonic. This was an older version. It's an older brushed motor. It's an EY74A1. Now this customer did say it wasn't running. Stopped dead. Clearly running now. So because it's a brushed motor, we'll check the brushes. It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for that to happen. Machine stops on the customer. They take it on here to be repaired. That's being thrown into the back of the van to come on here. It's rattling around, banging all over the place. The brushes from all the banging start working their way down, free themselves up a wee bit. Or if they're worn out, just get down a wee bit further. That comes on to me. I switch it on. It's working no problem because these brushes have now moved. No point in sending it back to the customer. Only lasts a couple of minutes, maybe a day. Then I'll start stopping again. It's on because hopefully it's on because of the brushes. Considering the age of this machine, they were very well made. Look at the stuff you got inside a Panasonic. Good quality switch, big controller on it as well, all potted, decent LEDs, changeable contacts, actual speed control MOSFETs on here with a heatsink. They were a tidy machine. This one, as suspected, brushes are worn out of it. Nothing left of them. Now, question is, do I have a brush ring? No. No brush ring. Of course, customer doesn't really want to wait for a brush ring to come in. This is the downside of Panasonic. Here in Ireland, good enough stuff, but availability of parts can be a problem. Getting this brush ring could take a few weeks. So So what do? Get out your Makitas instead. CB 440s. And just modify these to fit this. So keep the original brush ring, pull out, cut off these brushes, now straight off the bat, these don't fit. They're the right thickness, but they're not the right width. It's just, these are just half a hen's ear too wide. So simply take a file, and take half a thigh off it, and you're good to go. Want them file down the size and square top and bottom. Nip off the tail of the lead, just this wee piece here, just to shorten them, and I'll feed them into the brush ring from the bottom up. They're on, and just clip that connector onto the brass brush holder. One new set of brushes. Everything else looks okay. Close roll up again, and it should be you. No, it should be her. Now, what'll be wrong with that? That's her. One Panasonic drill, up and running with a new set of Makita brushes. Simples. Next up we have Old Faithful, the Bosch GSH11E. Nothing. Big heavy lead in this thing actually. There's a wee bit of a bend there, so we'll check the lead first. A lot of people, when they work on these, make the mistake. You have to get this lever off first. A lot of people making a mistake of taking it off, prise it off, and bust the two tabs at the top. Once they break off, you can't reattach it. You have to buy a new one. To take this off, you have to prise it up, but from the bottom, not the top. Two wee pins on the top, and the clips are on the bottom. So you prise it from the bottom. That's okay. And that's okay. That lead's not looking the best. Strapped all the way down. That's a danger. So this overheats and touches that one. There could be trouble. Switch is okay, lead's okay. We'll just test the simple stuff first. There we go. Set of brushes. They're worn out. The other one will most likely have popped. And this is only a 2019 machine, so a set of brushes should sort it out. When you are changing brushes in these, put them in and give the armature a wee shake. You should see this brush moving up and down. If it doesn't move, it's not touching the armature. What you have to do is take out that screw, pull out the brass insert, and just clean the wee ribs inside. There's actually wee fins, tracks cut onto this brass insert. What happens, wee bits of dirt or grit get stuck inside. Do we put on the new brush then? They stop the brush going down fully. There we go. There's the pop one. The spring pops out. Just to push the brush away from the commutator bar, stop the machine. Stops it from running down too low. See that one? Not going on fully. So that armature is not touching it. Take that out. Pop this lead off. Take out that screw. Pair of pliers. Give that a wee tug. Under your spring. Pull it out. See the wee bits of stones and grit. Once that goes on, it just jams up the brush, so she won't go down fully. Quick and easy fix. Pop out them wee stones. And that's it. Slides again, no problem. Very simple to fix it. So a very basic wee problem, but knowing about it saves a lot of time. Because if you don't know about it, if you were to put that brush in, you would assume the machine's working then. You switch it on, it's not going to do anything. It'll be sitting dead still. Next thing, you start looking for all the problems that could be stopping the machine. Should be looking at the field and stripping apart the motor, all for no reason. It's just a bit of grit in the brush holder. We notch here on this bearing ring locates into this one here. Line them up. And never run the machine without this nut. Has to be on and tight. Now, also, just because I now know about it, I'm going to just fix that wire. Wire is still good. There's nothing wrong with the wiring. Just that one piece at the end. That's just not the right way to leave that. So I'll just rewire that on again. Take it back to a fresh piece. And go again. test. It's making all the right sounds. And then lastly, put your slide switch back on, put it up, slide it up, slide it to the off position, and then push down. That's it. One Bosch hammer, GSH11E, new set of brushes, and the lead tidied up. That's another one fixed up.